Thank you. All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Williamson County Board of Commissioners regular meeting. It's November 10th, 2020, 10 a.m. Roll call, please.
Jim Marlowe.
Present.
Fred Gentry.
Present.
Ron Ellis.
Present. At this time, I'd ask everybody to stand. The pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sure. Our most gracious and ever Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this day and thank you for the opportunity to be here today. Lord, we just pray that bless this meeting today and Lord, be with our men and women that are serving us overseas and domestically. Lord, be with our state and our country, and Lord, you know what's going on with the virus. Just Lord, we ask that you would intercede and give the experts the knowledge to come up with a vaccine for this. Lord, just thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for us this day. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Okay. Kelly, you want to start us off?
Sure. All right. So we are definitely in the second wave. We haven't figured that one out yet. Sorry, the second wave. Got a little bit of stuff here. That's all right. We have 66 deaths in the county as of right now. That was said yesterday. 2471 is what our total count for yesterday was. We are averaging anywhere from 40 to 60 a day for the county. The numbers have drastically went up compared to what they were a month ago. I would say that the second wave probably started right about 2 weeks ago. As far as our burn rate goes for, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, last week or so, we had a lot of inventory in, a lot of PPE that came in, if anyone is driving by or not. I got about 59 pallets in a couple days ago, last week. So we went from having, I don't know, right around 40 or 50,000 cloth masks to 545,000 cloth masks. And then we also had a little over, I don't know, like 2,500 bottles of hand sanitizer to 13,000 bottles of hand sanitizer. So we're in really, really, really good shape as far as those two items go. I do have all the other stuff too as well. I went ahead and made a copy. I didn't make 3 copies. I just made 1. I thought you guys could look at it and pass it down and see. If you want a copy of it, then we can get you a copy made. There's 2 different ones there. One of them just has a listing of what everything we have, and the other one has a broke down on what we have. But what I did want to let you know, just to let you know where we are as far as the burn rate goes. When I say burn rate, that's huge for the state. So I keep it broke down on a spreadsheet, and I have from the beginning. So I let them know every month what we hand out on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on an every 2-week basis. And that's how they know what to send us. If I don't give it to them on a daily basis or on an every 2-week basis, on a monthly basis, and I literally do that every day, then they don't know what to send us or what to give us. And that's what keeps it flowing, what our needs are. We went from having, in October, for the whole month of October, we had 7743 is what we gave out on PPE, 7,743 pieces of PPE. For the month of November, which we're only in half of it, not even made it halfway through yet, we've gave out 4,800 pieces. So we've already doubled, almost made it toward what we had given out for October. So, but just to give you an idea where we were in like the first wave, I was giving out like 25 to 30, 40,000 pieces at one time. So for the whole month. So we're not near as bad as we were on that first wave, but we're heading right back in the same direction, if that makes any sense. So I just wanted to kind of give you an insight of where we were at, just so you guys knew that was, if that makes any sense. I don't want to get you guys confused on all those numbers and stuff, but just so you know, we are in the second wave. Now, with that being said, had a conference call. I have conference calls with IDPH and IEMA every week. The one with IEMA is on Fridays. The one with IDPH is typically on Fridays. Sometimes it's on Thursdays. It all depends. It was on Friday of this last week. They are predicting that we'll have a third wave, which will be in the spring. First, the beginning of the spring will end in the beginning of the summer. They are comparing this to the 1918 Spanish flu. So I ended up doing a little bit of research on that over the weekend, and it is right on. So if you get a chance to look that up, it's really interesting. It literally started in March of 1918, and it's right on. Like the months, this first wave was in August. Like we had the first wave, and then the second wave started in August of 1918, and then the second wave started in the spring of 1920, and that's exactly what we're doing. So it literally goes right in path of the 1918 Spanish flu. So if you get a chance to look that up, it's really interesting. I don't know if anybody's a history buff or not, but it is right on. So it gives you an idea of where we're going to be. With that being said, there will be a fourth wave if it stays on task, is what that is saying. So, but the fourth wave, from what this was, the Spanish flu, was a year from the spring of 1919. So it was like 1920. So if it still stays on that same path, that's where it's saying we're going to be. Oh, let's see here. What else? Long-term care facilities. We pretty much have an outbreak in every one of them. It's been going on for about a month and a half, 2 months, give or take. All of our schools have experienced an outbreak. They're dealing with it. It is what it is. This is probably our new norm. We might just got to get used to it until we can get that vaccine. So they're doing good. They're figuring it out. And that's about all I can say about that. They're doing their contact tracing at the schools about as good as they can, getting the kids that are close contacts out as quick as they can, and then letting Pike County do their job and getting things taken care of. So it's working out really well. I'm talking to all the superintendents. They're trying to do the best they can. So I'm making sure all the schools have all the sanitizer they need and all the masks, and so they're doing what they can. So let's see here. Accreditation timeline. I wanted to make sure you guys were aware of all this because we have a lot of stuff that's due this coming year. So IEMA has decided to switch everything over to be due at the same time. So our accreditation is where we get all funding from. So not only do we have the emergency operation plan due this year, but we have our TICP, which is our training plan, which is due this year. We also have our multi-hazard mitigation plan, which is due this year. And I'd actually stuck that in your mailbox, which is the, Jim, I'd stuck that in your mailbox, the grant for that to sign. So that is due also this year. They have, since we've had so many disasters in the last couple of years, they've decided to just move everything due at the same time. So I just wanted to highlight the few things on there that are due so everybody's aware. Because there'll be several meetings that are going to come up that I'll need everybody's involvement with. So I just want to give you a heads up on that one. Also, the new stuff that's involved with the emergency operation plan this year, they've also stuck pandemic and the alternate housing. We had all that whole run around with that at the beginning of the pandemic. They're making us do it. We are going to be required to have an alternate housing plan. So I don't know. There's nothing else I can say about it. So
Who's they?
the state.
There we go again. That's
Yep.
bullcrap.
I know. So I don't know. So
Well, we're sure as hell not gonna rent a hotel.
I know it's a
I
mess.
think
So
the key there that we had before at that other conference was who determines where the individual was from. whose responsibility that individual is.
Correct.
Is it the city? Is it the county? What city?
And if you're homeless, you don't know where they have address.
I
You don't where
know,
they're
I
from.
know. It's a mess. It's a mess, and I know, it's a big fat mess. So, I know, it's one of those ordeals, so,
Oh, we're not
Oh.
the only county dealing with this, every county.
absolutely we are. Everybody is, so. And we're still in the middle of meetings about it. Of all times for us to have to deal with all this is during a pandemic, so how great is that? So, the last thing I have is the upcoming winter weather workshop I just had, to let you know what's gonna happen this winter. El Nino. It's gonna be, wetter than normal, above average temperatures. So, snow, snow, snow. That's about it. That's all I know.
My favorite thing.
No ice, snow, snow, snow. That's what they're predicting.
Thanks,
That's all I
Kelly.
got.
You guys have any questions for them? All right, let's go on to the, highway department. Yvonne?
Yes,
Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, Yvonne is, sitting in for Mr. Smothers right now. And Yvonne, did you want to start out, or do you want us to go ahead and the first item on here is the approval to purchase 2 new pickup trucks?
Just go on ahead. The 2 trucks, we have, just wanted your approval of the bids on those.
Yeah, we have two bids on,
One from Asher Motors, one from Ford, and, there's 2 pickup trucks for a total of $49,172 from Asher.
okay. So, okay. So what we need then is just, and these are for the foreman? Is that what's on here? I saw it somewhere.
It is, and then we transfer the foremans into the for the guys, we're, trading in 2 of the older.
Okay, all right.
So
So we just need to,
I'll make a motion that we purchase the 2 new pickup trucks from Asher Motors, for $49,172.
I'll second.
Ron Ellis,
Yeah.
Bill Gentry, Jim Marlowe.
yeah. Then we have a resolution for the maintenance under the Illinois Highway Code. This one I want to give to you, Yvonne.
Okay, this is, the total is $1,609,899.94. This is our maintenance for the road. It includes the oil chip, it includes salt, the dam, and any kind of rock that we purchase, like riprap or, CA10, anything, any kind of road for road repairs.
Mhm. Okay. So what we need is a motion.
So is that the, resolution number is at 2011-1063, correct?
64.
Well, that's on the second part, so which one is there? You look at the top and then look at the second page.
There's
It looks
2,
like-
there's one resolution and then there's another one, resolution for the maintenance. It's the same total on both of them, you see that?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering which one we need to go with.
Or do we need to do both of them?
Do both of them.
Okay, I'll make a motion to, 2011-1063 resolution maintenance under Illinois Highway Code.
I'll second it.
Ron Ellis,
Yeah.
Bill Gentry,
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yay.
And another motion to accept the 2011-1064 resolution for 2021 county maintenance resolution.
I'll second that.
Ron Ellis,
Yeah.
Bill Gentry,
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Yay. Okay. And the next item under the highway department is the resolution certifying names to take to the examination for the county engineer. This has to be approved by the board so that Greg can make the arrangements for Mr. Emery. So we just need a motion to approve this resolution.
I'll make that motion.
What's the number?
And the number is 20, the motion
Oh,
number is.
2011.
resolution number, Yeah.
20, I'll make the motion to, for the certifying the, take the examination for the county engineer. That would be 2011-1065.
I'll second.
Ron Ellis.
Yeah.
Fred Gentry.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah. Okay, on that, did we send any letter out to the other applicants?
I'm gonna send them out this week. I'll send them all
Be a
emails.
good gesture.
Okay, and probably to the second pick, maybe, what do you guys think about, just in case something was to fall through, or not, or just send him the letter like the
I
rest of
wouldn't
them?
hope to build up. I personally wouldn't.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I mean, nothing's probably gonna happen, so it should be all okay.
It's just a matter of him taking the test, passing it, and then the longer thing's gonna be the state certifying it.
We probably, that's gonna bring up another topic, that's probably, but talking to Greg, that could take anywhere from a month to month and a half. And we're gonna have a gap between, Yvonne, correct me if I'm wrong here, but somewhere around the 18th of December. Greg will be, of course, he'll be done, and then he's gonna be going down to Texas. Going down to Texas, and then, Travis Emery is going to be gone sometime in January, so we're gonna have a gap of about possibly 30, 40 days. So what are we going to do in that situation without an engineer out there? You're gonna have Greg gone, and you're gonna have Travis Emery not ready or gone too.
Greg had mentioned to me that he would be available if needed. He could be on standby, but that in the interim part, that we could utilize Yvonne as the interim manager for the highway department until that Travis completes that. That's just what he told me. So I don't know if we can do that or not.
I don't know.
But is that correct, Yvonne?
That is, right, and I don't know if you guys need to get an okay on that first, but I guess the main thing would be like for me to sign off on claims, and then you guys sign off on those. And then, as I discussed with Greg, between the foremen, the two foremen are great and they know what's going on. So, and on some of the other decisions on road care.
I don't think it'd be a big problem, because if Greg's gone on vacation, that's kind of the way it works now, isn't it?
Right.
Okay, and then who will call the shots, because you're going into the winter season, with the ice and the snow and sending guys out, and people want to take advantage of overtime, et cetera.
This is where maybe
That will be where
Yvonne can call Greg and
I guess he can
consult with Greg.
Right,
And
and
then
kind of, I
she
said
can make
something
that.
to Greg to more or less follow kind of what he did in the previous years, to get the main highways done first.
Well, keep in mind, Greg's not gonna be an employee as of the 18th. So we're not gonna be calling Greg if he's unemployed anymore.
Right.
I mean, that wouldn't be fair to him.
But
And
I'm
we
just
gotta
saying,
we gotta keep hold on the, if it's a lot of overtime or not, but we gotta make sure the roads are taken care of, but not to abuse the overtime.
Okay.
I would imagine you could call Greg and consult with him. And then you'd be making the decision along with, consulting with the foreman while they're out there and, on any issue like that. And if you had to, you could always, consult with us.
Sure.
So,
Okay.
okay,
Okay.
all right. I believe that's all we have with him, isn't it?
That's it, we got him.
Okay, all right, Yvonne, you're more than welcome to stay on.
If you're gonna be bored to tears, stay on here a little while.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Yvonne. Okay, under old business, we have the motion to bid the county audit.
I assume you don't have any interest in that. I think, just going forward, I know you probably won't miss seeing that, but, I think you're making a big mistake in not bidding the audit when we're asking, departments and every department in the county to, reel it in and to cut their spending. I think it's a very bad precedence to not bid the audit position, and, it can be the be the same person, we just need to bid it. And I think we're making a travesty mistake in not bidding the audit work and all of the work that the firm Huggins and Myers does. But, I think you're gonna see some problems down the road from that. So, just my opinion.
Great. Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on. Selection of the bond attorney. All right, we signed the engagement letter, and we with,
Yes,
Jeff
we
Schubel.
did do it, Jeff Shupel. There was four names that popped up for the attorney.
Mhm.
And after looking at all the numbers and who he's been working with, I think last meeting, we kind of thought that this Taft, T-A-F-T.
To turn off the music, press 1.
Thank you. And that's typical for me. That Taft, T-A-F-T is probably the best as far as dollar wise and who he worked with most. That's true, I recommend, but I mean, that doesn't matter to me which one we pick, so.
And it
They're all-
we just need to get it done.
Staff,
We
okay.
need to get it done.
Okay, so let's just go with
Anyway,
that.
okay, so we'll just go with Taft just to make a,
So then, make it a motion that we, because on the agenda.
yeah, I don't have the exact, is it Taft and Associates or? I'll make a motion that we will use, I'm just gonna put Taft, T-A-F-T, I believe it's an Associates, it's a, bond attorney group. That's our motion to get us through the, jail bond. So,
I'll second that.
Ron Ellis,
Okay.
Ray Gentry,
Okay.
Jim Marlowe.
Okay. Next item, under new business now, we have the Raffle and Poker Run license application for the Ducks Unlimited number 256. Becky, did you get an opportunity to take a look at this?
I did. I spoke with Stephanie about it yesterday. Looks like the Ducks Unlimited is indeed a proper organization that can hold this type of event. And I did, the statute says they can't have felony convictions. I did do a check, didn't find any. So,
Okay,
So we got your okay on it?
all
well,
right.
that's up to you. I mean,
But
it's
I'll-
something you
I
can
just wanna
vote
make
on.
sure you didn't find
They've actually done it before. So I mean, so the same group has done it before, so I'm sure they're on the up and up. I'll make a motion to go ahead and accept the Raffle and Poker Run license application for the Ducks Unlimited number 256.
Second.
Ron Ellis,
Yeah.
Ray Gentry,
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah. Now we have the Hotchie Trail subdivision and variance.
They might be present. I'm not sure. Okay.
Okay, I really wish Jeff and Alex was here to explain what's happening. I think in a nutshell, correct me if I'm wrong, but the variance wasn't complete, or it was inaccurate, or from what Crawford did, or Becky, do you know?
I do know because I've done the research on this.
Right, I understand, so go ahead, why don't you?
And you all correct me if I'm wrong on this. I was given a plat map that was prepared by Crawford and Associates. Supervisor of Assessments, Jeff Robinson, provided that to me. He indicated that there apparently was some problem with the title insurance when the Hotsies tried to sell off a portion of their land to someone else. I don't know what the problem with the title insurance was because I've not seen those documents. However, based on what he presented to me and the research that I've done, it looks like there's a problem because of an easement that runs across the property that belongs to someone else by the name of McReynolds. And it doesn't look like that the Hotsies, if they sold this portion of land that they wanted to sell to the other people, would have any frontage on the road at all. It looks to me like it would be zero frontage. And you all had passed the variance, you had passed the subdivision and the variance based on information from Crawford and Associates that it would be a 30 feet road frontage based on the easement that was present. But based on my research, I don't think that is accurate. I do know based on an email that Jeff sent to me that I think they had intended to contact the Hotsies and see if they couldn't get that corrected.
Correct.
So that the board could reconsider it on the actual facts instead of the ones that were previously presented. That's it in a nutshell.
In a nutshell. Okay. So basically, we need to correct an action is what we're looking at.
I think Jeff's preference, and I don't mean to speak for him, but I do have that in writing. I think his preference would be just to have the discussion today to give the hot seats an opportunity to fix it and then re-present it rather than rescinding it. I made my legal opinion. It's up to you all what you do with that or when you take action on it.
Okay.
You want to come tell, you gotta stand on the golden X up there.
Would you like to address?
We got a camera looking at you. This is worldwide, by the way.
I'm not really sure what is wrong, other than when we went like 3 days prior to closing, Marion Abstract said there's something wrong, and that had to go to the state's attorney's office. And something to do with a variance that Crawford didn't do. But I talked to Victor, and he said that it wasn't a big deal and he would fix the variance if somebody called and told him to do it.
Did anybody talk to Crawford?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you aware of all this?
I'm finding out right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, good. Because I go, John, the company, I mean, they do good work. I'm just trying to figure out, maybe tell him what you think was wrong.
As far as I know, they said we need to do a variance for this easement.
Okay.
Like I said, Victor said he'd do it if somebody called and told him he needed to do it.
Victor did do it. There was a copy of it that was sent to the county engineer, signed by Victor, and I've spoken with Victor about that.
We did a variance, but I think the issue is the property crosses a piece of land that was not included in the easement. Even though I don't know, did you check to see if if that property was owned by the same person prior? It may have crossed on that one also.
I had the county clerk's office do a check on that. Now, she said that her search wasn't foolproof and that an abstract company could do the search on that and determine that for sure, but she was not able to find an easement associated with that property that does not belong to the Hotseas that is being crossed with the easement.
And there's an existing driveway that crosses here, so they would possibly have what's called a prescriptive easement, which is an easement by use, not by written. So it's one thing, whatever we need to do in order to correct the plat so that they can move forward, we're looking to do.
So from this point on, what we got to do right now to fix this, I mean, we can hear it out today, we can table it, you know, and we're not gonna drag it on forever, maybe another few days, whatever. And then when Jeff gets back, we go, so what do we need to do to fix this, in your opinion?
I don't know what the issue, if it's to go to.
Maybe talk to Marion Abstract?
Maybe talk to Marion Abstract, get an easement from the joiners. It's either way.
Okay, let's do this, that's my opinion, let's do this,
This McReynolds, it's a piece, I understand it's still, it's a piece that's there, it's been there a long time, and this driveway's been there 60 years or longer. But this old man is 90 years old, don't know if I don't know if he would do anything. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But when we bought it 8 years ago, Marion Abstract did it,
Yeah.
and nothing was brought up. And it was there then.
Bingo, that's why I think.
Nothing was ever done, ever.
That's why I think it's only fair that Crawford and Soldiers get a chance to talk to Marion Abstract and let them work out the little bugs, whatever it is. They resubmit it, whatever the issue is. Becky takes a glance at it, Jeff takes a glance at it, and then we can push it through. And we're not talking a long time, okay? That's only fair. If you get to, they're saying there's a problem. There may not be a problem. So you guys shouldn't even talk about it. Okay?
Right.
All right. Well, you're welcome to stay for the rest of the boring meeting.
I gotta go back to work.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, good excuse. Yeah.
All right, we appreciate it very much, thank you.
All right, guys.
Okay. We have the 2020-2021 county ICRMP insurance proposal.
That went, boy, we go down some, we got some money back.
Looks like it's gone down just a little bit.
We got some kind of money back. Ron, you know what we got back here recently, like 40,000?
Yeah, and the premium for next year is going down because we got a credit for the COVID.
53,000.
Right. Yeah. So instead of it's going down from $927,744 annual premium to $866,530.
Correct.
And then they have a history of our claims, which the claims have gone down just a little bit, but the last 2 years have been so much higher. It's a miracle that we're even going down in. Unless you have anything else, I'll make a motion that we accept the 2021 county ICMRT insurance proposal.
I'll second it.
Ron Ellis.
Yay.
Brett Gentry. Jim Barnwell.
No, CDS proposals now, I don't know, just,
I got a little thing on, we had,
This
Dr. Ryan.
This coming up in March?
Yeah, at the, November 30th was the end of our, 12-month that we had with CDS. So I talked to Ryan about giving us some proposals going forward, and I also explained to him what's going on with our present IT situation. So, he gave us 4 different things to look at here. The first one was, a monthly cost of $4,540.80, and that included 10 hours on site per month. And that was a total of $54,490. And then I asked him, with the situation that we have, instead of just 10 hours per month and then pay a per diem cost, what would it be? After talking with him a little bit, he recommended going with unlimited on-site per month. And so it gave us a price of that, 12, 24, and 36 months. The 12-month was $1,500 a month higher than what we had for the 12 months and 10 hours on site. And that would be a total of $74,490. The 24 months was $1,000 higher, $500 less a month, and $66,490. And then the 36 months was $850, another $150 off a month. And after looking at everything, this is just my thought, guys, but I like the 24 month because it does 2 things. One, it locks everything in. It can be negotiated differently if we get a full-time IT person back. But I don't see that happening anytime in the near future.
that's the unlimited 24 months.
Yeah, and that covers the length of the board.
Yeah, it's the life of this current board, and that, I looked through this all yesterday, and if you're talking about the 24-month unlimited, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
I think that's the only way to go, because we don't know what we're getting into with our IT situation, and this would cover across the board, and it won't go over the length of the current board, which is 2 more years. And I looked at these other ones, the 12 months yesterday, I wouldn't do that. And 36 months, I think, is a little stretched too much. We try to stay within the life of the board. If you're inquiring about 24 months, I would have to agree 100% on that. Because it's unlimited on site, like Kimberly said, that means a lot, because we don't know what we're getting into.
Well, they've had a lot of situations over at the sheriff's office.
Oh, yeah.
And and the important thing is down the road, it can be re-looked at instead of having a potential for unlimited. If we do go the route of getting an IT person, but there's no, after Jerry leaves, there's no guarantee that we'll do anything.
Yep, that's correct.
And we really we'll have a big decision to make.
I don't have a problem with this, but I would like to propose this, hold off till Thursday while we're in budgeting and see where we're at, because that way we might have a better idea with that number, that's just a thought that I had. Table till Thursday's budget. But it's gonna fall.
As long as we pass it by Thursday and not let it go on it, I don't want to get past the deadline, we're getting in, kind of thing.
Can I tell you something?
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys realize this or not. I wanted to let you know something. I didn't even know they were on the agenda, actually. I wanted to let you know about this, though, just so you guys kind of are aware of it. The Gene, the guy they had
Yeah.
working for them, he had actually put me down as a reference for SIH. I don't know if you realize that he was
Really?
CDS. But, he's a really good employee and very knowledgeable. And we use the IT probably more than anybody. And we, just because we have a lot to do with the stick, which I don't know if you guys are very well aware of what the stick is, but it's through the state. And I know Amanda does, but we get all kinds of IT information when it comes to Homeland Security and things like that. And so it's really important for us to know and have a good relationship with whoever you guys choose, because at the end of the day, if you don't choose somebody that's knowledgeable and knows what's going on, we can't keep the county protected. And Gene was really knowledgeable and really good about keeping the county protected. And he always kept on task and he always kept on like what was going on. Like he would always come in and be like, hey, did you see the newest thing that was going on with what, with the virus or the Trojan? Or he always kept on, always. Like any kind of emails I got, he always followed up with me and made sure that I seen what, because he was linked to my emails when it came to the IT. I was able to hook him up and he would get the same exact emails. So he would always make sure. And so whenever he went to go look for another job, he asked me if he could put me down for a reference. And I said, absolutely. But he took a job with the SIH and he's doing awesome over there now. But my point is I think they hire very good, educated people. And I think that CDS is very reputable. So I just wanted to let you know.
So he's over at SIH now?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been there quite a while.
Yeah.
Well over a year.
Yeah, out of everyone we've ever had, they've been such a good company to work with. But when it came to the stick and all the information we get through them for the IT stuff, he was really educated and he always made sure that we had everything we needed and things like that.
Well, I'm very familiar with the stick. I saw my dog pick one up last night out. So that was very well. I'm up on date on it. So I don't care.
I don't know if they have like requirements for qualifications or what the requirements.
Well, they have an
employees-
extensive training program.
Yeah, I don't know, but he was very, very, very educated, so.
I have no problem with this Thursday, as long as we do it Thursday.
Well, the
That's only
agenda's
thing.
already been
Huh?
made, the
Huh?
agenda's already been made for Thursday.
Okay, that's right.
So you won't be able to vote on it
You
Thursday.
can't roll out this one into that one, it's already been out. So, we'll have to vote on it.
We'll be having another meeting here soon.
Well, I don't,
We could, do it like Friday or something, just. Whatever. I just think it's a budgeting item, and I just think, because we haven't even finished our department yet, and this falls under our department. And so that's why I don't really want to.
Well, I can tell you this with the math,
Yeah.
that it's lower than what we were paying. It's quite a bit lower than what we'd be paying for Jerry with IT and benefits and everything. So
well,
his annual salary is about 18,000. We're looking at about 12,000 more for the full year for what we're paying him right now.
I personally, he's out now, and he's gone till December or whatever, so it's gonna roll right on in December. I think the computers around here are one of the biggest things we've got, and I have absolutely no problem voting on this today, and just move on down the road quick, we gotta move on. I mean, the budget, I feel like we're behind time on that, we just need to, we need to vote on it, go on. That's my take, so.
We will be substantially lower than what we had with Jerry. So, I don't have a problem doing it. I just do it now, and then we can actually budget for it and put it in the budget.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make a motion, and then we'll move on. I'll make a motion to accept the 24-month contract, unlimited on-site per month with CD office technologies that will be the 2 years, which is total length of this board, this current board, And, that on-site, I think, is very, very huge.
That's,
And the cost is $5,540.80.
that's for the 24 months, correct? Is that what you said?
Correct, yes, correct. Ron, go ahead, say what you want.
I just said that the monthly cost on that is $5540.80 per month. And I'll second that.
Ron Ellis.
Yay.
Roy Gentry.
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah. Okay, purchase of squad cars from Kansas Highway Patrol. Brent, you've been working on this quite a bit.
Yeah, this has been interesting. We know that the sheriff's department needs squad cars. We also know that the budget is not good this year. So I kind of started my way around with Missouri Highway Patrol, and what they do is they get them in around 49,000 miles, and they're SUVs, and yeah, you know, they were pretty good. They didn't have the selection that I was looking for really, and so I got wind of Kansas Highway Patrol, called the guy. He's a super gentleman. And this comes a lot more equipment on it, the light bars, sirens, and thunderstick bumper in front. And when you take these numbers, so it's $62,700 for two Explorers with 49,000 miles on it, the money you'll save versus a brand new one, and of course, you know, once you get a new car and appreciates, is unbelievable. And we all talked about it in one of the other meetings that you have to have squad cars. We can only afford so much. It's my recommendation. I think they're super good people. I've already talked to people. Perry County, 2 towns, Perry County buys from these folks. They praise them. The cars are brand new tires on them. We just have to do a little bit more to them and get them on the road. I would recommend getting 2 Highway Patrol squad cars, which are Ford Explorers, but are very expensive vehicles. That's, you guys can talk about it or whatever. That's my recommendation.
We haven't, you know, we've fallen off because of budgetary things, rotating, I guess is a better word.
Right.
The sheriff's patrol cars, and we have an opportunity here. The total cost is $26,350 per vehicle. And if you really wanted to look at what we're paying versus a brand new one, we could technically buy 3 of these for what we would buy 2 brand new ones.
Right.
So we're instead of buying 3 though and spending the same amount of money, they were needing 2 because they're just way over 150,000 miles on a couple of them, and they're spending more in fixing them, if they can fix them, than what we're getting out of them. So,
you know, I'm frugal when it comes to dollar, pretty much major frugal, and I can tell you that this is saving us a bunch of money. And everybody I've talked to, and I've talked to 4 or 5 of them, said they had other vehicles, nothing wrong with them. For the tax dollars, I think we're money ahead, and if we can, you know, maybe get a couple more next year some way, somehow, just keep a good relationship with these people. I think, also, they sent the COA certificate of insurance and blah, blah, blah.
now this would be in the current budget that we're buying.
That's correct. Yep, that's correct.
Anybody didn't have anything else on this? I'll make a motion that we, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you know, looking at the thing about the write-up about the vehicles per se and stuff, I mean, have you talked to them about the issues with these vehicles? Because, you know, if you look at it on that, like this page here, it's talking about frame body, transmission and stuff, I mean, it looks like there's some issues there. So I mean, it's as is, so, I mean, I know we discussed this, and I'm just saying.
I'm not following the issue. Come on, they're telling what comes with it. What?
No, like it talks about the transmission.
Yeah.
Engine, some of this stuff.
They check them out. I mean, it's like going to the doctor, but yeah, I mean, he said he knows these 2 vehicles, but I don't think we had much trouble with them personally. You know, all you do is based on what I talk to other people. I mean, everybody's got a deal set up with them.
Well, I think it'd be worth at least trying it out.
Yeah, let's see what happens, because, hey, man, these new ones are outrageous, so, So Ron,
I'll make a motion that we purchase 2 squad cars from the Kansas Highway Department for $52,700.
yeah, I'll second
Ron Ellis,
Okay,
Bill Gentry,
it. Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
And Reverend Jim was talking, I think, the lowest list of some major defects that may occur in used motor vehicles, not necessarily these. That line right there. May, in any used vehicle you buy. It's just a cover.
I didn't see that, it's so fine print, that's why.
Yeah, I have glasses on. The second part of this was interesting. How did we get the vehicles here? Doug, I know you got a lot of time on your hands, and maybe you can go pick them up for us.
I'm not sure which way's west.
Well, no, actually, the best way to get them here, if you send 2 deputies, you're talking overtime, talking about a lot of money. Some people, they say, fly people out there, you're talking about a lot of money. So I started looking around at freight companies, trucking companies. My first bid was $1,295 to our doorstep. I couldn't stand for that. So then I went to another company at $1,100. I went to another company at $900. And finally, I called this guy and said, do you not have some, like a family operated person that you trust? And he said, yeah, I do, S&S. And he goes, so call them. I called them and said, $700. So that's $350 a truck, all the way here, but no miles on it. No chance of an accident unless the truck falls over or runs off the road. And we have a certificate of insurance on here. They've attached to it, so everything is covered all the way to our doorstep. And I'm recommending, great guy, S&S. He said, once we pass it, he said, they'll be here next week. And so he's just waiting on the call. That's as low as I could find, $700.
That's total for both of them.
Yes, that's correct.
Well,
And you see the COI on the back, so they cover everything all the way here.
so then we just need a motion.
I'll make that one, I would like these folks, make a motion to use S&S Freight Company to bring 2 squad cars from the location of Kansas Highway Patrol at Topeka, Kansas, to the Sheriff's Department here for the price of $700 for both vehicles.
I'll second that.
Ron Ellis,
Yay.
Bill Gentry,
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Okay. Okay. Next, we got the revision for EMA employment contract. I know Kelly had gone to Christine Hines, I believe, the attorney, is that correct? And she had we had discussed with her about an employment contract for the EMA, for animal control. She's come back with a statement from Ms. Hines about some issues that need to be negotiated. So what I would recommend is on this, is basically let's get together with Brett and let's discuss this with Brett. Let's let him take a look at this and see, because basically we're going to be entering into a negotiation because it's a contract.
I think we have Becky here, we don't need Brad on this one.
I'd rather have Brett take care of this, if you don't mind. He's
Well-
our labor attorney.
No offense taken. I do think it would be a conflict of interest at this point for us to say, yeah, we agree with these terms. That's not up to the state's attorney's office. That is up to you all. And if you feel comfortable talking with Red about that, then I think that's what you should do.
That, I agree, and there's no offense meant on that, but I just want to think Brett deals with all of our labor contracts. So I think we need to run this by Brett.
I read this, inside out, and I looked at the other one that presented to you, and as I said before, and I'll say it again, contracts work 2 ways. They work on your best interest, they work on the county's best interest. And I will,
For 15,
every time, and I will.
secured office, express one.
And I will say that, there were some things in there, the 30-day notice, I saw that when it first came out, was simply not right, the way we presented it. And so there's some things here, we don't have to discuss it all here today, but I'm game getting you a contract if we want to get a hold of Red and talk about it, work through it, and you'll come down with us, come down to it when Red comes over. But this lady specializes in it. I think you're going to find out Red saying he really doesn't. But, because I've actually talked to him about it. So, but we can go from there. But when you get it done, and we need to make it get done, not drag it down the road. Okay.
I'll contact Brett and I'll give him.
We'll, I mean, I'm not done, we're gonna get done like next week or so.
We'll meet with him and we'll discuss, see what we need to do. So, okay. All right. You have anything you want to say about this? All right. Next thing on the list is the reappointment of the supervisor of assessments, Jeff Robinson. I know Jeff has been here for quite a while. A lot of people, I don't think fully understand what his job entails and the training that is necessary to do this job. Once again, I've always told him it's a job that you don't get many Christmas cards from. But all in all, Jeff is very knowledgeable. He attends all the trainings that I think is available to him. We just need a motion to appoint Jeff.
Yeah, it's a four-year appointment, and his present contract ends November 30th, so that was why we needed to look at doing this. But I'll make the motion to reappoint the supervisor of assessment, Jeff Robinson, to another four-year term, starting 12/1/2020, going through 11/30/2024.
I think Jeff's the most knowledgeable person in this area for this. I would definitely be proud to second that.
Ron Ellis.
Yeah.
Roy Gentry.
Yeah.
Jim Marlowe.
Okay. Next on the agenda is the Southern Illinois Economic Development Authority Act Board appointment. This is a board that had been inactive for quite a while. I was approached by Aaron
Smith.
Smith.
Yes.
Who can we?
Yeah,
Remember Smith.
Smith, Jones, pretty simple name.
That's right there. And, but anyway, so I checked into it, and at first I thought, that, you know, this board is now defunct. Most of everybody on there, their terms had expired in 2017, I believe. And so we kind of let it ride. I've never heard of this board before. I even asked Celeste about this.
It started back in 27, and back when Pat Quinn was the governor, and the state was broken up into regions, and I was actually on the initial part. We met for our region in 17th Street Bar and Grill. But it's really designed to try to bring economic growth into your particular region, and our region covers what, 20 or 30 counties. It's a bunch.
Yeah.
And then I was contacted by someone else concerning this, and so on further research, this gentleman was trying to reorganize this board once again. The governor appoints, I think, 6 members to this board, and then under the act of the Southern Illinois Economic Development Authority Act, it states that the chairman of the counties appoint 1 member to represent the counties to a 6-year term. And Aaron, if you would, if you want to come up here.
Aaron, is there just one per county, or is there so many members? I think Bob Neese.
There is one, but Bob Neese is one of the governor's appointees. So
Oh,
I think there might be 2 other Williamson County representatives, so to speak, but they are governor appointments. I guess intended to represent the whole authority a little bit more than just a particular
Yeah, I
county.
can't remember why this all took. I think that deal, you're right, Ron, the 17th Bar and Grill, this thing took place, so.
Yeah, and what's really good about it is they could work on getting bonds and grants and to help businesses expand in our region. And it gives them a lot more flexibility, and then they can work with other entities throughout the state of Illinois. It's a great concept. It just, for whatever reason, it never grabbed any traction back 4, 5, 6 years ago.
So I've never had or never seen where just the chairman of a county appoints on his own. And so that's why I would want to run everything with Becky. I ran all this through Becky. Every other appointment is a board appointment. And so I just wanted to make a public record that that I'm appointing Aaron Smith to this, represent Williamson County on this board for a 6-year term. And it commences on January 18th, I believe, the third Monday in
Yes.
January for 6 years, so until the third Monday, 2027. So,
Which I believe is the same date,
So-
ironically, yeah, so.
and I asked Aaron to be here if you guys had any questions for him or anything like that.
No, after I heard a little bit about it, read it, I kind of remember what it's all about, that meeting. At first I wasn't sure. And then I started thinking back years ago how it all came together. And, so, no, I don't know. I mean, you know, it maybe, you know, you could shoot us email sometime if something exciting is going on, or
Sure.
if you got anything moving, just kind of keep abreast of what's happening, so we can at least be halfway knowledgeable on it.
Happy to do it.
Keep us all informed on your emails.
Sounds good.
Anyway.
All right, so does that need a vote, or? you just
No,
want-
it's
okay.
just an appointment, so I invited Aaron here, and anybody had any questions or whatever, see Aaron with a face to the name.
Part of the face.
Yeah, part of the
Yeah.
face to the name, so.
Yeah.
Good luck, it's a great concept, and I hope this time it flies. Because there's other regions in the state that are being very successful with this.
That's what I've heard. I know of some things that I think are already in the pipeline to utilize it, which is, I think, part of what brought it back into being, is there are a couple of things, one of them Williamson County related, that are about to be financed through an issuance of bonds through the authority, so.
One of the things that we did when it was still going was the expansion at the Harrisburg Hospital. We were involved in helping that.
Gotcha.
So it has had some track history. It's just been, I don't know what happened to it. It's just, the couple that we had running it, they came down here from the Champaign area, and they just sort of fell off the face of the earth. And when that happened, the whole thing just fell apart.
Well, Dr. Meese is part of it again. In fact, I'm sitting in on the meetings until the appointment is official. In January, that he was re-elected chairman of the board. So a familiar face leading the way again with it. So hopefully this time it has a little more staying power.
So were you able to attend the meeting?
Yes, it was virtual, of course, which made it easy, but I think we're going to be meeting in Marion, which also makes it easy. So other people will be driving from several counties away, and I just have to drive down the road.
Good deal.
Sounds good. Aaron?
All right,
Thank you.
good job.
Appreciate it. Okay, next on the agenda is animal control intergovernmental agreement between Williamson County and the Village of Culp.
I'll make a motion. This has been something that's done every year, and it's the cost of what the community will pay for 24/7, 365 coverage with animal control for dogs and cats. I'll make a motion that we accept the animal control intergovernmental agreement between Williamson County and the Village of Culp for $472.50.
Second.
Ron Ellis,
Yay.
Brett Gentry,
Yay.
Jim Marlowe,
I'll make a
Yay.
motion that we accept the animal control intergovernmental agreement between Williamson County and the city of Hurst for $1,669.50.
Second.
Ron Ellis,
Yay.
Brett Gentry,
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Make a motion that we accept the animal control intergovernmental agreement between Williamson County and the village of Stoneport for $399.
Second.
Ron Ellis,
Okay.
Brett Gentry,
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Make a motion that we accept the animal control intergovernmental agreement between Williamson County and the city of Creole Springs for $1,140.30.
Second.
Ron Ellis,
Okay.
Brett Gentry,
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Make a motion to accept the animal control intergovernmental agreement between Williamson County and the city of Johnston City for $7,440.30.
Second.
Ron Ellis,
Yay.
Brett Gentry,
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Make a motion that we accept the animal control intergovernmental agreement between Williamson County and the village of Spillertown for $426.30.
Second.
Ron Ellis,
Yay.
Brett Gentry,
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
Make a motion that we accept the animal control intergovernmental agreement between Williamson County and the village of Pittsburgh for $1,201.20.
Second.
Ron Ellis,
Yay.
Brett Gentry,
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Make a motion to accept the animal control intergovernmental agreement between Williamson County and the village of Freeman Spur for $287.70.
Second.
Ron Ellis,
Yay.
Brett Gentry,
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Yeah.
And make a motion that we accept the animal control intergovernmental agreement between Williamson County and the Board Mtg for $2,578.80.
Ron Ellis.
Yay.
Gary Gentry.
Yay.
Jim Mullins.
And how this is, the dollar numbers vary, but it's based upon the population of each of the villages or townships. And it's a rate of $2.10 per person. And that's based upon the 2010 population report. That'll be changing here soon with the new census taken, but it's based on a 10-year the population.
Okay, sure. I'd like to accept the minutes from October 7th, 2020. Motion.
Second.
Ron Ellis.
Yay.
Gary Gentry.
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Yay.
Minutes motion for October 8th, 2020.
Second.
Ron Ellis.
Yay.
Gary Gentry.
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Yay.
And motion to accept the minutes for October 13th, 2020.
Second.
Ron Ellis.
Yay.
Gary Gentry.
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Okay, I'd like to read and accept the following reports. The Williamson County Clerk's Vital Records for September, the Williamson County Clerk Real Estate Trust for September, the Williamson County Clerk Mobile Home Trust for September, and the Williamson County Clerk Deeds Account for September. Okay. I'd like to have a resolution of sale to new owner.
Want me to do this?
Yeah.
Resolution for sale of new owner to the city of Johnston City, 03-19-109-007. Oh, resolution number 2011-1066.
Second.
Ron Ellis.
Yay.
Gary Gentry.
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Is the resolution. All right. So on the second one, sale to new owner, Lynette Wright, 05-13509, ordinance number 2011-1011.
I'll second. Actually,
10.
2011-10-11. 2011, 10.
2011-10-67.
Does it have 67 here?
No, wait a minute. It's on mine.
Oh, I didn't have that page.
2011-10.
He's got it.
All right, I got it.
I'll read it again.
2011-10-67.
Okay, second.
Ron Ellis.
Yay.
Gary Gentry.
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Under the ordinances, we have ordinance to add territory to the Williamson County Enterprise Zone. What this is the current enterprise zone is expiring in 2021 in March. And what this does, it places all the enterprise zone territory into the new enterprise zone that was passed and approved by the state. So.
You do a happy dance?
Huh?
You do a happy dance, a little Charlie Brown happy dance?
Yeah. So, we need a motion to approve ordinance to add the territory to the Williamson County Enterprise Zone.
I'll be happy to do that. Add ordinance, add the territory for the, an ordinance to add territory to the Williamson County Enterprise Zone for Williamson County to 0211019.
I'll second it.
Ron Ellis.
Yay.
Gary Gentry.
Yay.
Jim Marlowe.
Yay.
I want to thank Terry Minnis for
15 minutes.
Terry Minnis was very instrumental in helping to get this done. And this is a great thing for our businesses going forward for the next 10 years.
Well, I know we're going to open up the floor in a second, but I'd just like to say congratulations to Tim Axon and Austin Krabs for your election. Look forward to working with both of you. And, you know, Ron, this is your last official meeting as far as this goes. On the Tuesday meeting. And
Does that mean I get to skip Thursday?
Yeah, I know, you're still gonna be here. And, you know, I've had the pleasure of working with you for 12 years. And, you know, it's always, we always say, you know, sometimes Ron's Ron, he kind of goes off on tangents and bring it back around, but I think his heart's been very good, best interest of the taxpayers. And, I don't know what your endeavor you're going to do, but, I wish you the very best, and, it's been a, you know, been a good ride for 12 years. You've done an excellent job, and, so good luck to you.
Thank you. It really has been an honor to be a county commissioner for 2 terms. When I look at where Williamson County was when I came on and where we are today, it's greatly improved. It's a group effort. You know, we've had a lot of good towns and municipalities that have been involved in helping the county grow. And it really has been an honor to serve the people. And I've enjoyed it. At the same time, I'm going to look forward for a break. But it really has. And I'm going to miss, it's really been an honor, the number of people in the county that have said to me, seen me, called me, that have said, hey, we're sorry to see you go. But that makes me feel good. So, but it's, I know Tim's going to come in and you guys are going to keep hitting the home runs. So it's, I'm proud of Williamson County, and I'm proud of what we've accomplished. And I look forward with the direction of the leadership of the different mayors that we have in the county. Our county, I know, even with all the economic times that we have, is still going to continue to grow and prosper.
Once we get past the pandemic, it'll grow. All right, I just want to say it before we get, thank you. Now we're going to open up the floor.
Well, I just want to say too, Ron, it's been a pleasure working with you, and we've had good times, we've had bad times, but I think every place is like that, you know. There's no perfect place, and but I think all in all, we've had a good board, and we've made a lot of progress, and I wish you the best and everything will go on.
Thanks.
I do remember Chuck Bernardi saying it's the best board he's ever seen. For Chuck to say that, that's quite a compliment to hear that from Chuck. So, so anyway.
At this time, we'll open up the floor. If anybody has anything they want to say or state or anything like that.
I was gonna wait till you adjourn.
Oh, that's
But
fine.
you want me to put you? Sure you
Well,
want-
Yeah, well, you have to, so.
Yeah, you have to. You can't talk to all of us afterwards.
Yes, I can.
At one time, anyway.
Well, if you're just sitting at the table having a cup of coffee. No, I'm calling in regards to setting a date for a get-together. And I don't want to wait till December because my frustration level has passed. Now it's anger. And if you got what we got, you feel the same way. And there's no reason to wait. You've got your attorney right here. We can set a time and a date and get it over with today. That's why I'm
I
here.
saw your email, and I guess I'm a little bit lost. You said something about, you used the word fester, and I don't know what you meant by that. You said, what are we waiting for? What are you talking?
We're waiting for Jim to get some dates. That's who I communicated with. And there's no reason the attorney's sitting right here.
The attorney hasn't reviewed anything. This is only the second
That's
time
what
I've
I've been
heard
told
about
by
it. So.
Jim, that we're waiting to
Our
start trying
attorney, Daniel Corbett, out of ICRMT, an ICRMT attorney.
You mean you had to go outside and pay an attorney to write a one sentence?
No, he's part of our insurance. But he's when we pay our insurance.
What does it have to do with insurance?
That they're paid through the company that we use for our.
What does it have to do with the Public Building Commission?
They're just an outside attorney.
What does it have to do with that letter that I got?
Well, we'll have the meeting and we can discuss it.
And it will be scheduled prior to the end of December.
But,
It doesn't wait prior to the
November.
beginning of December.
We'll have to wait and see what Mr. Corbett's schedule is. Like I told you in my email, we can discuss.
And like
it
I
right
told you,
now.
it's festering more and more, Jim.
Okay, well, that's.
And there's no reason that it should take 3 weeks to schedule a
Can I
2-hour
finish?
session.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead now.
Thank you. Whenever Mr. Corbett comes back and tells me a date that he can meet with us, we'll schedule it and we'll get together.
We are ready, willing, and able to meet at any time. But I hate to see it put off because my frustration has grown to anger.
What,
It's ridiculous.
why would it be pushed, Doug, why would it be pushed off? I don't know what you're talking about. What?
He wants his attorney. I thought it was just your regular attorney that's provided to
Well,
you.
we can have a meeting anytime. I mean, just have the meeting.
We can have a meeting in time, but I gotta find out from Daniel when he can meet.
Well, I hope it's short. There's no reason to postpone this.
So, we've been working with Daniel on this, and,
When can I expect a response?
well, whenever I find out something from
When are
Daniel.
you gonna try?
I'm trying today as well, this afternoon.
Okay, we are ready, willing, and able.
I understand.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, does anybody else have anything they'd like to say?
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you know yet when you're gonna post the budget for public inspection?
Well, that's part of this situation right here. That's why we need to meet.
It has nothing to do with the budget. I wasn't aware of that.
So, I mean, it's,
It's
The budget
our
will be
budget.
posted whenever we're done with the budget and we, vote on the tentative. That's when it'll be posted.
it should be posted, it's been posted 2 weeks, and the budget should be done by December 1, we should be done with the budget.
You have to post it 15 days prior to
Correct.
approval so that the public
That's
can
correct,
inspect
That's
it.
correct.
And that will take.
Can I finish, please? You have to post it on your website as well. It
Right.
has to be convenient for the public to view that.
Mhm.
Additionally, once December 1 rolls around, if you have not approved the budget, you can't spend money,
That's correct.
okay? So I just want, as your attorney, want to make sure that you are aware of that so that you don't incur any expenses that you haven't appropriated money to pay for. So essentially, if you don't pass a budget by December 1, you have all these people coming to work here, you're incurring those expenses that you've not appropriated any money to pay them. So I'm just encouraging you to follow the statute, get the budget posted so that the public can view it for 15 days and get it voted on. The statute does say that you shall adopt an annual budget for the succeeding fiscal year. So technically, if you don't approve it until after December 1, you haven't really approved it for the succeeding fiscal year. You would have approved it for the current year. So I just, as your attorney, encourage you to follow the statute and get it posted.
I actually read that, and that's why I've been trying to push the meetings along so we can get this thing done. I'm not for putting it past December 1st, I've been very vocal about that. We need the budget done. There's too many people lingering out there wanting to know what they're gonna do in their office, stuff like that.
You have two new elected
That's right.
officials, one who doesn't know what her budget is to go forward and another the same, so.
Would $2 do it? But we got, you're right, that's why I want these meetings to keep happening so we can get this thing done and posted before.
All right.
We're running out of time, because if you got the 15 days, it has to be posted by, well, 15, 14, 15.
Very soon, so I just wanted to make you aware of that, as, you know, your attorney.
Is on Sunday,
Right, it needs to be posted by the 13th.
Thank you for
For
that.
10.
Friday.
Okay, is there anything else anybody needs to say? If not,
Make a motion to adjourn.
you can have your.
I was gonna jokingly say, why am I the only person who didn't get offered the, hey, you can leave and not stay?
You can leave now if you want.
No, go ahead and adjourn and then I'll feel free to go.
How boring is this stuff? I mean, real. So,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
one second.
Ron Ellis.
Yes.
George Gentry.
Yeah,
Jim Marlowe.
Ron, you go
Hey,
get
Tim
moving.
and
Yes.
Austin, can I talk to both of you?